Oh my goodness, it is another month, another time to get together. I'm really loving getting together with you guys. Can everybody hear me okay? Just thumbs up. Want to make sure. It seemed like we had some challenges last time. But so glad you're here. It looks like we're okay on sound, so everything should be great. I want to ask you guys a question this morning, but I want to make sure you know that we listened and heard from you last time. A couple of you said, let's get into the meat early, and we're going to do that. But one of the things we just try and do is, whether you know it or not, you have to kind of play with all these algorithms and Facebook and YouTube. So we have to have a little bit of just, hey, how you doing? Let's chit chat for a minute conversation to wake up all the algorithms once we start. So I have a question for you, but we're going to get right into the meat, and we'll do the announcements at the end to be efficient with your time. But how many of you have a new gadget or something that is enhancing your ability to do the four core things that we talk about inspiring healthy living? And those four core things that we all share as we inspire healthy living around the world are what? Who remembers? They are drink more water, get more sleep, get rest. Oh, I'd love to do a training on rest sometime. It's amazing training on rest versus work. We can do that sometime too. The third thing is water, rest, exercise, and whole food diet. Okay? And how many of you I'm going to share with you my toy that I got at Christmas that's really helped me do one of those things. Do any of y'all list in the comments, do y'all have something that's helping you achieve one of those four things on a daily basis? Maybe something you're doing, maybe something you're doing and you share with others. But there are water bottles galore. I have more Yeti cups for the boat, for the deer stand, for the sitting by the pool. We've got drawers full of those. But for some reason, Hope and Clay gave me and Lori one of these. How many of you have a Stanley? I don't know what's special about this. You might have a Stanley water bottle. I see Apple Watch there. Debbie says her Apple Watch has helped her. Somebody has an Instapot. We have one of those. But this Stanley thing, it's huge. I mean, it's big. It's got a small base on it. But for some reason, it's made me like drink more water better than any Yeti, anything else. I think the Stanley combined with our Berkey water filter in our house. Anybody have a Berkey water filter? I'm sure you do like the Stanley. Hope you gave me ours, so hopefully you liked yours before you gave us ours. Okay. Let's dive in and kick this month off. But I just thought it was kind of fun if you all do have something that's helped you drink more water, get more rest, exercise on a more regular basis. Paying a trainer works for exercise. If you got the resources, paying a trainer is good. And then what's helping you eat more of a whole food diet? That Instapot might do that. So I see Harriet there. Hey, Harriet, she's my second mama. She's on here with us. Thanks for being here, Harriet. So let's dive in to our topic this morning, because what's the big thing that we're trying to do with these calls? The big goal is rhythm. We want rhythm to our business, just like that metronome. Anybody ever take piano lessons? I know Stacy teaches piano lessons. Stacy, do you use a metronome when you teach piano lessons? You get people in this rhythm. They get used to the rhythm of doing something. And it's the same way with our business. We've got to have rhythm. And COVID, the pandemic, the leadership we've got in Washington, D.C., all those things combined broke our rhythms. I mean, we just got way out of whack. So we're trying to fix that, okay? So we want to get our rhythms back. And the most important rhythm in our business is that monthly rhythm. So we're trying to get that back. So this is our Start Your Month Well call. For those, how many of you joined in for the first time ever? Anybody? Anybody first time ever joining us? Hopefully people are benefiting from this and they're passing it down, because the goal here in our business is to build a team so that you can stop trading hours for dollars and you don't have to do that the rest of your life. Okay? So great things in here. Y'all go back and scroll through the comments as I'm talking. There's super comments in here. A lot about drinking more water, some about exercise, some about sleep. But people are giving some good ideas. So, the Stanley thing was good for me. I didn't know it would be, but we got one free as a gift, and Hope was thinking about us and the Berkey water filter, and we're drinking more water than ever. But anyway, all right, so we're going to dive into this rhythm thing this morning. Hopefully, how many of you have already had a coaching call? It is May the 3rd. Has anybody done a coaching call with your upline yet? I know I've done several, and I've got several scheduled this week with people on our team. How many of you know the little micro goals of people on your team? Have you done? Does anybody know? You don't have to say it, but do you have people on your team that you know what their micro goals are? What are the small goals those people have for this month that you already know about? Okay, and then those micro goals come together to help you make up your big goal. And when you bring that team of people together, you can do so much more than you can by yourself. Okay. Memory jogger, we brought that on board last month. Just ask the question. I'm asking lots of questions. How many of you have an updated, current memory jogger? I don't care if you use the downloadable Google Sheet. If you pulled out, it's a new month of May. Do you have the memory jogger from the back of your growth planner? There's a memory jogger right there in the back that you can use. Can't see my face. There we go. It doesn't matter. How many of you have a new, current, live, active memory jogger? Okay. Need to do that. And then right now we need to focus on this month. We need to focus on, we like to use the analogy, we've got a growth journal. We grow amazing stuff with our tower gardens. We love to use here at me and Hope and Lori, just the concept of making a life, not just a living. And the epitome of that is a little bit of growth every month so that we're heading towards stopping trading hours for dollars. Because it's hard to make that life you want to make if you're trading away your life to create a paycheck. What we don't want to do is to trade away the precious hours in our life that we could be spending with our family, that we could be doing things that make us more healthy, that we could be doing things that are just giving back and doing ministry things that God calls us to do. We don't want what we do to create a paycheck to stop us from what we're called to do with our life, our purpose, our passion, okay? That's our goal. So we're going to focus this week, this call, on planting seeds. It's probably my favorite illustration that's a parable from just, thousands of years ago. It's my favorite parable to explain our business. It's my favorite parable to maybe give some of you some comfort that are frustrated with people that could be amazing at this business, but they're not. You believe in them more than they do. How many of you have somebody that either you've recruited or you want to recruit that you believe in them more than they believe in themselves? That's what good leaders do. Good leaders believe in somebody more than they believe in themselves, and they help them get to that point. Okay? But there's frustration there because sometimes you can't fix that. So let's dive into this lesson here. I won't keep you terribly long this morning, but I want to teach you this. So this is a vivid picture of 4 different types of soil. So if we're going to use it, we're going to grow our business. We're going to take these names that are on our memory jogger, and I really would love for you guys to get to 300. I know that's frustrating, but if you'll get to 300 names on your memory jogger, you don't do it overnight. We've got tools on makealife.com/memory jogger, that page on our website. We've got tools. The tools are on boards all over the place so that you can make an amazing memory jogger, okay? So we have 4 types of soil there, and let's see if let's label those 4 types of soil. Because when you're planting seeds, sharing Juice Plus, sharing our Juice Plus business with people, those people that you're sharing with, so those people on your memory jogger, their feet, their lives at the moment you're sharing with them are planted in some type of soil. And there might be a 5th or a 6th option, but these 4 options cover most of the scenarios. So you're a farmer, and that old story of the parable teaches that some of the seeds that you sow, so you're committed to sowing seeds, some of those seeds fall by the roadside. It's where the ground is walked on, it's trodden a lot, it's kind of barren, and the birds come down and pick up all the seeds. Not huge success, of people that are just very shallowly planted in a roadside situation where they never get their feet sunk in the ground, and they're not stable. There's no stability in their life, maybe. And then you got the rocky soil. In this rocky soil, it doesn't have the all the traffic and all the consequences of being near the road, but it has a different problem. You're sowing these seeds, and some of these seeds end up in rocky soil. And the rocky soil has this characteristic: it's so hard, so firm, not plowed, that the seeds you plant there can't take root. It's tough. It's a tough thing to try and break through. The third type is the green at the bottom, and that's the weeds, the thorns. And this is the most interesting one to me to talk about for a second. Seeds you throw to people to plant that where their feet are in this thorny, weedy, lots of crazy, wild, overgrowth type soil, the seeds don't have a chance again. But let's talk about this for a minute. This is where, to me, most of us can recognize people that are in that roadside, passing by, busy traffic. You can't get their attention. The rocky soil, maybe there's just rejection. They don't understand. They won't stop long enough to look. You can't. Nothing takes root in that rocky soil. The thorns are a little different, because what I've found is this is where my greatest frustration. When I'm sharing Juice Plus, again, are y'all good with me? When I say sharing Juice Plus, that's equivalent to me to planting a seed. Okay, showing someone our business, planting a seed. Okay, so when I'm doing that on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and these are amazing people that are on my list, and they could just their families need this product. I mean, maybe you see a family that has obese kids, and maybe overweight, obese parents, and most of the time that comes with obese dogs. I mean, it's funny how you see all that come together because it's their eating habits are bad, and they could use this product. They need it, so you get them started, or you get somebody looking at our business, and they kind of dive in a little bit. But the weeds and the thorns of life choke them out. Their feet are planted in a place where the weeds and the thorns and the consequences of life are choking them out. Now, you want to love on that person. You want to be a shoulder for them to lean on. Let me tell you something. If somebody's going through a big enough crisis in their life right now, and the weeds have got them, you're not going to be able to make them do this business. Even though they could be amazing. You know what? Sometimes playing God may be a wrong term, but sometimes we think that we can just change the earth, change the soil that somebody's planted in, and we're going to get them to start Juice Plus no matter how big the crisis is going on in their life right now. And you know what? Give yourself some breathing room and realize you are not in charge of the soil that people are living in right this minute. You can't change that, but you can love on them, be a shoulder to lean on, be there for them, so that when the soil they're in changes, you're going to be there to partner with them, and whether it's inspiring healthy living or bringing a business to them where they can stop trading hours for dollars. So we're 3 out of 4, and we're not having much luck yet where our seeds are going. But there is good soil too. Some of your seeds, a fourth of your seeds, according to this parable, a fourth of your seeds are going to land in good soil. They're going to come to fruition, and they're going to thrive and multiply. Let me give you one other illustration that works with this. Let's pretend you're headed towards National Marketing Director. For those of you that are new, that's our top level benefits, 6-figure income, expense allowance, college tuition reimbursement, and you've decided that's your destiny. That's where you want to go. So you're on that train, and you have a couple options. You can stay focused on that mission, and you come to your first stop, and there's somebody on your memory jogger at that stop. Listen carefully. It's kind of like the soil. You can stop and say, hey, come join me. We would have a blast together. I'm going to build a business so I can do the things that God's called me to do. And I want you to do that with me. We'd have a blast just doing life together, doing business together. Come on. Well, I have a hair appointment today, and tomorrow is the biggest sale of the year at this store that I love. And you know what? I'm going to play tennis with my buddies, and then we're going to go have coffee and tea. You know, or well, I could list a million excuses. So they say that. You have a choice right now. You may want them on your team so bad, you're just going to park your train, shut her down, and wait for that person to get through with their tea, their tennis, their shopping, or whatever. Even more serious stuff, graduation, whatever's going on, they are not ready to join you right now. Are you going to keep your train on the tracks, stop for a moment, invite them to join you, and say, it's okay if you're not ready right now. I'll stop by again on my next pass. I'm focused. My train's on the way to National Marketing Director. Or do you let the fact that you want them so bad in your business, you're going to park your train and wait on them, and they shut down all your momentum? That's what happens when you plant seeds in that weed, thorn-filled soil. The things of life choke them, and you can either wait and let those choked activities that are choking their life choke you too, or you can keep moving and you can come back and invite them again when the soil changes. But the real key is you need enough seeds in good soil right now so that you never have a bad month. That was the beginning. That memory jogger was the beginning of you having those resources so you can sow lots of seeds. I want you to sow tons. I want you to plant tons of seeds, because you know what? All of them are not going to come to harvest. 3/4 of the seeds you plant are going to end up in soil that's not good, that's not receptive, or it gets choked out, and you cannot change the soil. All you can do is plant more seeds. You have to realize that. That doesn't mean they're bad. Those are bad people, or those people are never going to do this business, or they're never going to become customers. But if you let people that are not willing to do it right now stop your business, it's your fault, because there's more people out there that are ready now. I remember somebody telling me early on there was this SW4. SW like to the fourth power. Some will, some won't, so what? Someone's waiting. Some will, some won't, so what? Someone's waiting. Have that attitude when you're talking to people, because you know eventually what you're going to find is when you plant, the harvest is there. But this harvest comes from the seeds you plant in that fourth category. The ones that, the 3 out of the 4 that ended up in the bad soil, they're not producing this harvest. It's 1/4 of the seeds that you plant that are in good soil that are going to produce this harvest. And you have to stay focused on that. So look, watch this. So, I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong slide. So I learned something early on too. It's called, actually, they told it to us and they said Sinaloa. SINLOA. Safety in numbers and the law of averages. You have to sow more seeds than you think you need in order to create the harvest you want to create. We've just talked about this because 3 out of 4 end up in bad soil. And we're trying to do things to help you start the month knowing these things with a fresh memory jogger so that you can plant enough seeds so you never have a bad month again. And another training we need to do is on the pipeline. But you'll find that as you do this, it may not affect your paycheck instantly. But you know what? Month 2, you're going to start with seeds that are somewhere in the ground that haven't emerged yet or haven't joined you yet. But you start the month with partially growing seeds. You may not see them yet month 1, but the more seeds you put in the ground, every month you start with intention. You're starting with a healthier crop in the ground, and eventually you're going to have so many conversations, so many seeds in the ground going on that you'll never have another bad month. So safety in numbers and the law of averages. plant more seeds than you think you need, and keep going. Because let me tell you something. Let's say, how many of you know, like, you need to get so many customers this month to get qualified? So many new partners this month to make sales coordinator, to help your structure, whatever your goals are this month. I'm just going to use this as an example. If you need 10 customers and you're talking to 11 people, that means one can say no, right? What does that do to all those conversations? It probably is going to create the scenario that may have been the number one thing that you didn't like about this business model is you don't want all your friends to think every time you're talking to them you're trying to sell them or close them on something, that you don't value the relationship. Well, you may think it's easier to talk to a few people, but if you talk to 11 and try and close 10, every conversation you have with those people you care about, it's going to be a high pressure, close the sale, proposal kind of conversation, proposing on that first date early in the game. But if you have 30, 40, 50, hundreds of conversations, you have hundreds of seeds in the ground, the law of averages says some are going to be ready now without you having to be this high pressure salesperson. You can love on people, build your relational capital, encourage them to healthier living, show them and talk to them about stopping trading hours for dollars. And if you have enough of those conversations, some are going to happen now, some are going to happen later, some are never going to happen, but you don't have to be a high pressure salesperson. And it becomes fun to do this business because you're talking to so many people, putting so many seeds in the ground, that the law of averages says, I'm going to have an amazing month because I've got too much out there not to reap an amazing harvest. How many of you have been running your business trying to minimize the number of people you're talking to, thinking that was the easier, quicker, more simple way to do this business, and you found yourself under the gun with pressure in your business to close and hit your numbers? Just try it. Try it for 90 days to decide that if you need 10 customers, you're going to talk to 50 people, not 11. And let's broaden the amount of seeds that are in the soil for you. 3 out of 4 in bad soil, 1 out of 4 is in good soil. Let's cast more seeds so that we never have another bad month again. We never have to have a conversation, a closing conversation that comes across as desperation, because you've got other irons in the fire. That doesn't have to happen, okay? All right, so that works. Now, this is a little tool we've got. This is a couple pages on the inside of our growth journal. You can order those at makealife.com/grow. You can download free versions for your iPad. You can download a free PDF. The journals are cheap. If you want them, they work. It forces you to start fresh every month and seize the month, okay? But you can see as I'm talking to you about this parable of the seeds, our daily page, our weekly page, look at what it shows you right there. There's a Monday, undated on there, because you have to date, every month it gets dated. But you're planting, you're nurturing, you're harvesting, you're focusing on what we're talking about every day. The back of the book has got your memory jogger where all your soil is. If you're not using that Google Sheet, make sure it's in your journal. Whatever kind of, I don't care what you do. You have to have a system of some kind. Okay? And the journal does work. It doesn't replace your calendar. We still use iPads, phones, and watches to keep our calendar. We keep it digitally. But this is our business planner growth journal that makes us focus each month on creating the paycheck we want to create. If you don't manage the month, your paycheck's going to not get managed either. If you manage your month, master your month, that was the topic of a training at conference. It was good. If you take control of the month, you take control of your paycheck. Okay? All right. We don't want you to be farmers that are just distraught. I can see this farmer. He's like, I thought I sowed enough seed. I scattered one in each row or whatever. But he's looking back right now saying, if I only had sowed more seed, I would have the harvest that I want to have today. His harvest is slim because his planting was slim. If you want to have a big harvest, you have to plant more. I'm going to talk about that in Nebraska this weekend. I mean, they wake up, they know in that part of the country, It's farm country. It's the heartland of America, and it's bred into their routines, the planting, growing, harvesting cycles. And every one of those farmers will tell you, I got to plant so many more seeds than I think I need because things happen. Life happens, you know? All right. So, this is a quote. You may have heard it before, but there's probably nothing I can tell you that's more true than this right here. If your business is not growing as fast as you want, if you need more customers, you need more people on your team, this quote right here will work for 100% of everybody on this phone, 100% of the time, every day, every week, every month, always works. There is no problem in your Juice Plus business that talking to more people won't solve, or putting more seeds in the ground won't create a bigger harvest. There is no problem in your business that talking to more people won't solve. We got to kick this month off. I don't want you to get so focused on the principles we're teaching that you break the rhythm. It is time to get May off and running. Coaching calls, get the micro goals of your team, get the 5 people that are employed by the company. They're paid to help you. Get them on board with your goals and your plan this month. Okay? Here's our agenda for the month. You can go to makealife.com/coaching calendar. Hope can put the link in the comments. Makealife.com/coaching calendar. And you'll get this, and these events will be added to your calendar. The one I want to focus on that you don't know about is the Pieces to Peace. The Pieces to Peace title comes from my mom. She used to always say, you can't have peace, P-E-A-C-E, till you find all the pieces, P-I-E-C-E-S. You're not going to have the peace and the ability to not trade hours for dollars, to hit your goals in this business until you find your 5 major pieces, until you blossom and bloom these 5 key leaders that you're going to have on your team. On 5/11, May 11th, we're going to do a little training that comes from principles of Jesus sending off his disciples when he's about to leave. He's about to exit. After his resurrection, he's going back. He's leaving. Guys, the mission you're on continues, and here's my instructions. And he tells them how to go out and find the people that they're going to resource and grow and spread the gospel. That's what he was talking about. He gives them a strategy of how to do that. And we're going to talk about how to find your 5 key people based on that strategy on May the 11th. It has to do with finding people that are ready to embrace your mission, resource your mission, house you, feed you, and jump in with you, as we'd say here in the South, teeth, hair, and eyeballs. They're all in with you. And Jesus has a real simple solution. If they won't do that, I know we don't all wear sandals today, but the analogy back in the day was shake the ding-dong dirt off your sandals and go knock on the next door, because they are not the ones that are going to partner with you to expand your mission. So we're going to do that on May 11th. If you want to join us, it's going to be the principles that we need, that we know for 2,000 years of timeless, proven success. The principles that work for you to go out and find the 5 key people that can take you to National Marketing Director. We're going to do that on May the 11th. On May the 18th, we're going to do another one-to-one whiteboard session. Super duper fun. It was successful last time, and we're going to do that again. And you can register for that event tomorrow. Hope you can put any details you want in a comment here. Same time, tomorrow morning at 10:30, the registration opens, and we're going to do 50 this time instead of 25. 50 people can register with their guest. You got to have a guest. This is for you to bring somebody to the table that you've got interested. They believe in the product. They're intrigued by the business concept. But we're going to unpackage what it would look like to join the Juice Plus business right now. And then it's the right time, right product, right company at the right season. We're in a season where our business makes more sense than it ever has. As we come out of this COVID craziness, there are 175,000 jobs being lost per month in the U.S. right now, and people are losing their jobs, looking for a place to plant their feet and build a business where they don't have to trade hours for dollars. So that's coming up. Go to makealife.com/coaching calendar, or you can add all those events to your calendar, and more will unfold there. This is the May the 11th flyer, and Hope can maybe post that picture in the chat window. And if you want to share this little image with other people that you want to join us on that, you'll have that resource, and hope you can share that. And then there's another image about our one-to-one we're going to do on May the 18th. Registration opens tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. That one's going to be, this is the only one that's in the evening. We're going to stick with 10:30 a.m. for everything except this one, because some of your prospects may be at work. We wanted to do this in the evening. Again, they can listen to it with you on the phone. It's invitation only, and it's not recorded. So this is my living out something that I teach, and that is that urgency destroys procrastination. So you've got to get somebody off your memory jogger that's interested, that wants more information. You get their name and their email. You sign up and register for this because there's only 50 spots, and it will keep you from procrastinating. You're going to go find somebody to join us on a whiteboard session on May the 18th. Okay? Urgency destroys procrastination. We focus more on that at the end of the month. It's make the address for tomorrow morning at 10:30 to register. We're going to keep it simple. Last month it was makealife.com/the-date 413. This month it's makealife.com/518, May 18th. That's where you need to go at 10:30 in the morning to register, okay? And then at the end of the month here, we're going to finish this month strong. It's going to be amazing. May's a long month, 31 days, but May's a busy month too. You know, our Phoenix conference was amazing last month, but you know what conference month does? It's awesome. You don't ever want to miss it, and it's something that's just one of the greatest parts of our business. But it takes a month out of us being in the field, farming, planting, growing, harvesting. So we have the month's a week shorter. So April's tough. You come back from Phoenix and you've lost a week. A good week, you've recharged your batteries, but you've lost those 7 days. Well, May is an amazingly long month. Yes, we have Mother's Day. We got graduations. We have, you got the beginning of wedding season. Spring's here. Lots going on in May. Memorial Day. But it's a good long month. So we're going to finish May strong. We're on the 24th. We're going to jump in with a full week plus qualifiers day to finish out the month. Going to be awesome. Thanks for joining this morning. That was fun. I really enjoyed sharing with you guys something that's impacted my life for years, and it's that parable of the sower. And realizing 3 out of 4 seeds are not going to work. You can't make them work. You can't change the soil somebody's in. You can love on them, be there for them until they get into new soil. But you got to focus on the seeds that are in the good soil. And don't let the seeds that land in the other soil cause you to stop your journey and wait, because you can't change the soil. All you can do is sow more seeds that land in the good stuff. Okay? Be blessed. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.